Well, I just bought a new hay wagon on an online auction, and when I went to pick it up the other day and I saw it in person, I instantly regretted it. Let me show you what we got. So when I first saw this hay wagon, the first thing I noticed, it is way smaller. It's only 7 by 10. It's smaller than what I thought it was going to be. And then as I got closer, I found out the wheels were flat. And I don't just mean flat. I mean the wheels were shredded. The tires were shredded. I don't know if somebody just drove it there on flat tires or what, but there was no way you're going to get air back in them and get them home. So what I ended up doing, I came back home. I measured the distance between these bolts on the wheels. I thought it was the same as these down here. So I took all the tires off of this wagon, took it down there and tried to put them on there, and it didn't fit. So I just removed all the tires, all the flat tires. I brought them home, and I decided just to go back and pick it up with the trailer and just bring it home, because we got to find 4 tires for this wagon, and 4 new tires actually are going to cost more than what I bought the wagon for. So I'm hoping to find some used tires instead of new ones. So there was only one photograph on the online auction, and I know better. I mean, I really do. I know better than to bid on something from one photograph. And from the front, it looked like the tires were fine. It looked like they were aired up from the picture. Now, one of them was. This one was actually aired up, but the tire was still shredded, but the inner tube was holding air. So if I would have known the condition this was in, I wouldn't have bid on it at all. I mean, the only reason I would have ever taken this wagon is maybe if somebody would have just gave it to me for free. Maybe 50 bucks, maybe I would have paid 50 bucks for it, but I wouldn't have paid $355 for it. And I wasn't originally gonna bid that high. I think I bid 300 on it, and I got overbid. And this hay wagon here, I ended up paying 500 for. And so I decided, well, I'll just go up to 375, and I got it for 355. And the tires are going to cost at least that much or more if you buy new. So right now, my focus is going to be to get some tires back on this inflated so that we can use it as a hay wagon. The deck's not very good, probably need replaced at some point in time. But there's a lot of projects you can use this for. You could we could make this into a bigger hay wagon. We could make it into a wagon to haul round bales. You could turn this into a mobile chicken coop. I mean, the possibilities are endless for one of these wagon running gear, one of these frames. You can just pretty much turn it into any mobile farm equipment. But right now, we just got to get some wheels and tires on it. So that's the tire that is completely shredded. I'm going to assume they drove down the road just to get it to the auction place. Look at that. It's terrible. Just pulling apart. Well, I can't use the tire changer to take the tire off because there's no hole in the rim for it to slide over. I gotta do these by hand. So much fun. one tire off. Boy, this is going to not be fun, that's for sure. Well, I went to pick this one up and it is full of water leaking out, and I just soaked my pants. Yeah, there's a hole in there somewhere, just pouring water out of it. This one's definitely got to go. Oh, thank goodness. Just full of water. But I'm gonna throw these in the bead blaster, clean them up, and then we'll probably repaint them. It'll be tight fit. So I've got the first wheel cleaned up and it was painted gray. I know it still looks gray. The bead blaster makes it look gray, but you could tell that gray paint was painted on with a paintbrush. It was on there, brush strokes, drips, and underneath that was red paint. And so that tells me the original wheel color was probably red, which that does not sound like John Deere to me. So I don't think this is actually a John Deere wagon. I'm not sure what brand of wagon this would be. But the wheel itself, it's cleaned up, ready to paint, but we've got dents all the way around the outside edge here. It's probably from people using pry bars, trying to change the tires, bending up the edge of the rim. Or it could be that maybe they drove it to the auction house on flat tires and bent it all up, bouncing it down the road. But either way, we're gonna try a ball peen hammer. I'm just gonna try to straighten this up a little bit before we try to paint it. Well, it's not perfect, but it's a lot better than it was. So now I got to decide what color I'm going to paint these. So should I paint these yellow for John Deere, or should I put them back to the original color of red? So I'm not sure what to do here. Let's go out to the wagon. We'll look at it a little bit closer, see if we can determine what brand of wagon this actually is. So the wheel hub assembly, everywhere from the hinge this way, you can tell that that was originally red, at least on the wheel hub. So I've looked this wagon over. I can't find any identifying marks to see what brand of wagon it is. So it has some unique features. Of course, you know, the wheel hubs, the wheels actually were solid hub in the middle. The way it hinges, I don't know if I can actually show this. So the way it hinges looks a little different. If you can see that hinge or the tongue mechanism here on the front. So that is a little odd. I think that would help identify it. I'm gonna assume that this part right here is all original. And if you look at the frame, that's that piece of angle iron on 45 degrees going across, and that's the bracing is just some angle iron. And over here you can see the hinge mechanism is actually on the back side for the tongue and how it turns the wagon. So I haven't found a wagon that actually matches this. I've been looking for photos and I haven't found one that I can say is 100% the same wagon. I'm gonna take a wire wheel to some of this green paint, see if we see any different color under there. I'm not seeing anything but green. No other paint color. Now I can see red actually on the wheel hubs where the wheels hinge and spin. The wheel bearing hub assembly, that is red. You can tell that is red underneath there. So what kind of wagon would have been a green frame with red wheels? I don't know. But that's what it appears to be. You can actually see red paint and you can tell that the gray paint was painted over it. Some of the green paint has been painted over it, probably when they painted when they painted this wagon. Obviously the wagon top is not as old as this wagon. With the way the wheels are, with the center not knocked out, this is a fairly old wagon. I'm not sure exactly how old. Probably pre-1950s, I'm gonna guess. So I'm gonna assume this wagon is probably a brand that doesn't necessarily exist anymore. You know, like a McCormick, Deering, I'm trying to think, you know, one of them older brands. So under here, this wagon is the exact opposite. It has green wheels, red frame. This is actually a David Bradley wagon here. David Bradley isn't around anymore either. So I'm just not for sure which one was green with red wheels. If any of you guys know, go ahead and put that in the comments below. I would love to know exactly what this is. And if we can figure it out and we know that the red and green is the true paint color, and if I can match this wagon to the brand, I'll paint it the same paint color to try to keep it original. So after looking at the wagon frame a little bit closer, you can tell that it's like half the size of the wagon it's sitting on. It's a lot smaller. So I think I'd be afraid to overbuild this, make it any bigger, because I'm not sure that the frame is actually designed to take like an 18 or 20 foot wagon. So I'll probably just leave it the way it is. We may have to replace a few boards and just try to use it the way it is. But first thing we gotta do is get tires and wheels back on here. So I need to determine the paint color, and then nobody would sell me used tires. I just wanted some used car tires to throw on here, try to make this cheap. I called the 4 tire shops in town. None of them would sell me used tires. So must be a liability issue, I guess. So I ordered online, I ordered 4 implement tires for this. And so we're gonna put 4 brand new tires on here, and we'll just come back later. Once I figure out what paint color and stuff, we'll come back later, and we'll get the wheels painted up and get the tires on. But for now, I think this project's just gonna sit for a while. So about 4 weeks ago, we finally hit 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. And I started taking YouTube seriously about 3 years ago. And I thought 100,000 subscribers was like unattainable. It was kind of like that lifetime goal to be able to hit. And we got there in like 3 years. And I think that is just amazing. And that has to do with you guys. You guys made that happen. By being interested in what we're doing out here, by following along, watching our videos every week. And I just want to thank you guys very much for letting that, for you know, helping make that happen, for all the encouragement and great comments that you guys leave. And it took a few weeks, you know, after we hit that before we actually got our play button. So we got our silver play button. It's actually kind of neat. This the play button in the middle is actually a mirror. So it is engraved with Country View Acres, surpassing, probably can't read it, 100,000 subscribers. So pretty cool little plaque. Rebecca says I should mount that in the pole barn in the workshop, but it isn't finished yet. So it'll probably get out there eventually, but for right now, I'm just gonna put it in the house somewhere. So for 100,000 subscribers, to thank you guys, we're gonna do a giveaway. So we've got a few items that we wanna give away, and we're gonna give some away on YouTube and some away on Facebook as well. So I'm going to put the official rules for the giveaway in the description of this video down below. And all you have to do basically to enter to win is to just write a comment in the comments section on this video. And to write a comment, you just have to be logged in. So you have to have a login on Facebook or a login on YouTube, and you should be able to write into the comments section. We're going to use a random comment picker. We're going to pick 6 people from YouTube to win, and we're going to pick 3 people from Facebook to win. And each winner is going to get 3 prizes, and you have to be 18 years, basically 18 years or older to enter, and we're opening it up to everywhere. So anywhere in the world, if you win, as long as we can ship it to you, we will try. As long as we can ship it to you, we will send you the prizes. So like I said, there's going to be 3 prizes given to each winner. So the first one is going to be the custom engraved Leatherman. We've given this away before. It has the Alice Chalmers tractor engraved on the blade, or at least something that looks like that. And it has Life is Better in the Country engraved on this side. And then on the opposite side, it has our Country View Acres logo. This is the same exact Leatherman that I carry on me every day. It's got a nice little pocket clip, so I can carry it around in my pocket. And I really like it, and I think you will too. So the second prize is a Yeti cup that is engraved with Country View Acres. We had this engraved on there. This is the exact same Yeti cup that I carry with me every day to work. It's got the little magnetic opening where you can flip it open and closed. And I use this in the tractor also. I can close that and it keeps it from splashing in the tractor. So I love this Yeti cup. So I just thought it was right to just go ahead and have one engraved with our logo on it. And the next item that's given to the winners is going to be the Country View Acres hat. You can see this one is actually in silver writing. You can see it, you can read that a lot better than the hat that I actually wear. But it's the same hat that I wear every day. So those are the 3 prizes that we're going to give away to all of the winners, all 9 of the winners. So we're going to pick the winners Sunday, September 18th, 2022, 5 p.m. Central Time, United States. And we'll pick the 9 winners that night. We'll try to post a video of who the winners are. I'll also try to comment back to you guys and let you know who won. But I just want to thank you guys very much for following along and helping make this happen. And I want to give a big shout out to Pete over at Just a Few Acres Farm. He gave me a shout out like a week and a half before I hit 100,000 subscribers. And he helped boost me up to reach that mark. So thank you, Pete, for that. If you guys haven't checked out his channel, go check him out. He's got a great farm channel out there. And that's going to be it for today's video. So thanks for watching. Hope you have a great day. I'll see you in the next one.